do you do? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more of Speed Gaming Live here, of course, on Speed Gaming, because it'd be weird if it was somewhere else. Hope you are having a wonderful afternoon, or whatever time of day it is when you watch this. I don't want to discriminate or anything crazy like that. We have first round bracket play here between Germdove and xeroplanes. Now, they got here from the seeding match we had yesterday on Speed Gaming 2. Of course, I closed that to actually see who was the higher seed, but Dark Moon, as you joined me here, xeroplanes has got experience from this from last year's SG Live. I think you ran the broadcasts for Lawrence.
I was there for all kinds of stuff last year, yeah.
You don't remember what much, you just don't remember sleeping.
I didn't sleep at all. It's all kind of a blur, but I watched a couple of the Mario Maker matches, and they were a lot of fun to watch. The craziness you get with this game cannot be understated, especially once you get into all like the Kaizo levels mixed with the music levels mixed with everything else. It becomes pretty interesting.
So here's what they're up against. They're going to play 3 levels in a row. They are blind to these runners. We confirmed that they have not played these levels before. Fastest time overall wins a point. If you win by more than 10%, you get an extra point. From there, they will try and optimize those 3 levels. So play it as many times as you want within the 30-minute time limit, and the fastest score wins the point. Again, 10% advantage gets you an extra point. And finally, they're on to Endless Expert, and who knows what mayhem, shenanigans, and falderall awaits them there.
So we got levels, and then we basically have New Game Plus on levels after they've done it the first time.
You get your chance to do it right, and
Yep.
hopefully you have learned a thing or two about these levels. Now, they have been play tested to make sure that they at least look reasonable, approachable.
Yeah.
Some are going to be tight timers, some are going to have longer timers, but hopefully there's enough balance there where they have to work for the precision when they're really trying to optimize it. So we see on this one, it's only got a 21-second timer, but that's 21 seconds in one shot. Who says you're going to do this in one shot?
Yeah, that's the person who made it and uploaded it, or someone who decided to conquer it afterwards, being like, I can do it in this time, and yeah, it's going to be like 5 minutes or so of testing it out, and then, actually doing it, or something reasonable like that.
First of all, they're just going to try and clear all 3 of these levels first to do it, and
we're
off and going.
Mushroom Plains 1-1. That feels like a dare, honestly.
Mario versus Luigi. Who's your character of choice?
Oh, I'm a Luigi guy through and through. That is, if Princess Peach isn't available. I will admit that.
Okay. So you can see we've got
You?
some... I go Yoshi followed by Luigi.
Nice. Well, not that we're rooting for Luigi. Obviously, we're absolutely neutral in this.
Well, in fairness, I do hang out in Zero's stream, so I'll disclose that they're...
Oh, I'm absolutely neutral in this.
Okay.
We already got one clear. Zero's already made it through.
Yeah, that's critical. Now, Germdove is doing more exploration, but this could cost him, because you gotta get to that goal as fast as you can. Now he's there, but maybe gave up a few seconds finding that Yoshi.
And we've got a Lekman stage, apparently, as our follow-up.
Yeah, now this is themed. This is not a music level, but this is themed in a sort of Mega Man style, so something
you can see it too.
To you.
That climb up the tower for a Lekman, and then the beams and the other like Mets and so forth that would come up. Yeah, I can see it. I see what they're going for. I like it.
Gotta dodge all these cannon shots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how 1-to-1 this is, but maybe there's a knowledge advantage if you've done some Mega Man.
Close-ish. I mean, you didn't see the Yoku blocks there at the top. You didn't see some of the other stuff, but there's basics of this that actually look fairly similar to the jumps.
Question in chat, is this normal difficulty? Generally speaking, these will be normal difficulty. There will be some expert, but most importantly, there's not going to be any Kaizo in these levels.
And that Koopa managed to hit Zero right there up to climb up that vine right there. We'll see if Germdove can get past that, and they did, so they are actually just a little ahead now, not counting the time it takes Zero to spawn back in.
Yeah, taking an advantage there. Now, this is going to be platforming challenges is what we're predominantly trying to give these runners, so chance to really enjoy playing with Mario.
Nice use of the Kerbo shoe right there, actually being able to use that to take the hit and get up to the next area. Now we're transitioning up into the... What is this? The octopus battery or whatever they're called that comes in this section next? Or are we in the boss room already? Yeah, try to compare this to the original Elect Man. I think we're in the boss climb now.
That could be. We did just have the second checkpoint.
Yep, here we go.
Boom, boom, the Mad Lad himself. 3 hits, but not too much of a gimmick on that boss fight. Just a straight up boom, boom, and there's our flag.
Then clear. So that puts 1-1 there on the board between the two of them for these levels right here.
Well, this is total time cumulative for the first.
Oh, nice. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so how fast do you beat these 3?
Perfect. See? It's good that I have
Zero's
you in the booth.
Not far behind.
No, that's difference of maybe, 5-6 seconds? And a nice Choco Island level to follow up.
So you see in several of these, we're trying to find levels that fit well with the optimization theme. So there's multiple paths, there's ways to go, figure out what works best for you.
Don't think you can go up the pyramid. That was a good try.
You don't know till you try sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Could have been a shortcut. And this definitely this has a very Mario 3 pyramid vibe to it.
Damage boost through the fire bar. That works once, just not twice. As I said, in the plot fruit.
Huh. And Zero has also lost their power-up. I like the Koopas hiding out in the question mark blocks. That is amusing. This would be a good spot to have that. There it is. Well, there you go. Got a mushroom right when you need it.
Yeah, I got the chin drop. You can get around him, but it makes it easier when you can just damage boost.
Exactly. Faster in that regard, with Zero coming back and taking the lead once more. As we're weaving our way through this maze. And exit.
More 1-ups, and there's the goal.
And Zero has taken it at 4 minutes, 57 seconds, 37 on their timer. I'm sure we will actually have an official time on that.
It is based on that because they started.
Is it?
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to just be a 1-point win for Zero once that goes in.
Not there. You said 10%?
Yeah, that wasn't anywhere near 10%.
That was nowhere near 10%. Very nice, fast phase 1 there, as Chad is commenting, though. I like that. That was quick, speedy, well done.
I think the times got entered in reverse.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get that corrected.
Yeah, that was Zero who finished first. Germdove was second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so their next phase will be these same 3 levels, but now they're trying to go as fast as they can through it. So this behaves completely differently. This is trying to set that world record. This is trying to make every jump as tight as you can. You are going to have to work for these, especially because both of these are players who have proven they can clear the levels. You know, you just did 3 of them in a row in under 10 seconds from each other. So the pressure's on. And how much time do you spend on one level versus moving on to another one? We got Dobbs in chat. He's another one of the runners of this tournament. He loves the optimization phase, he says.
I like this too. It's interesting seeing them go back and forth, especially when you have a good battle between the players, where they're really like neck and neck, like upping each other's like quote unquote world records on these runs, as they're basically like competing to get the lowest time possible on them. It can be real spicy just watching the war back and forth between them.
Now, of course, the more ground to be made is in that Endless Expert, but you don't want to put yourself at a deficit if you don't have to. So
Mhm.
germdove would really like to pull this neutral or get a lead before heading into endless, because there's no quality control on endless
Meanwhile, if we see
except in
Zero
build-up.
make them,
So
if we
as I said, there's none.
if we see Zero set themselves up with a lead, it might see them like not stress as much around some of the later levels in Endless. Maybe being able to take just a bit of a breather if they feel like they've got enough lead on that. But that's something that we'll see when we're in the middle of it.
I think the biggest thing a lead does for you in endless is you might be willing to take a longer level for the sake of a clear instead of
Hmm.
feeling the pressure to move to a shorter one.
Hmm.
Now, as Zero Planes was, uh, he wasn't the overall winner at last year's SG Live, but as far as the pre brackets, the round robin play, he was number one in points earned in that phase. So, this is a format he's done well in. germdove was a regular when we were doing weeklies here on Speed Gaming, so got very comfortable with that. He's seen a very similar format, although it didn't quite emphasize the endless as we're doing now.
Looks like we might be getting ready to start up soon. I mean, I know we're waiting on the race room setup and everything behind that.
Yeah, they're just confirming the format here, which is that they've got 30 minutes to optimize this as much as they can.
Hmm. Yeah, we definitely we have, or interestingly, we have Germdove taking, from the looks of it, Mario Planes one first, which was I think the shortest of all the levels that we saw. Elecman's may be actually one of the longest of the three, even with that pyramid interior there. That was a very lengthy stage.
And sometimes that's where you have the most ground to make. Other times, it's harder just to force yourself to invest that time in a really long level. So, a lot of player preference involved. Also, a difference between them is Zero downloaded the levels, but germdove has gone back to his played courses. So, different strategies of how they're going to enter the levels. I'm not sure one is particularly faster than the other, but
I will fully admit that I'm a Mario Kart beginner, or Mario Maker beginner. You get into the advanced levels right there, and I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, I'm gonna go play something just a little easier."
also give a shout out to Zero Planes. He was on Speed Gaming last night for a very hype Super Mario Brothers 3 crowd control race going on, and there's several of those going on throughout Speed Gaming Live. Any you might want to talk about?
The various very hype races that we have going on right now. Well, I mean, you know me,
Or
I'm
crowd control in
crowd
particular?
control. That might be going on later tonight. I believe 9-ish. That whenever the Zooter race ends, Ocarina of Time randomizer, there will be a crowd control race going on between myself and DVS7. Link to the Past randomizer, which we're both Final Fantasy randomizer people, so that's going to be an extra added layer of chaos added to the Link to the Past randomizer crowd control already. Watch us two stumble our way through a game twice over. I definitely invite all of you to come watch that. That'll be a lot of fun. And then stick around, of course, for all the rest of Speed Gaming Live, including all the Final Fantasy randomizer races. I will totally plug my community.
Hey, there's a lot to plug. There is just so much going on that you
It
really
is.
want to follow the Speed Gaming channels, and even some of the hype that's already happened, but we didn't get to see it yet. There'll
Hmm.
be some special edition broadcasts coming up later, so
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure overnight, when normally there's not a lot that we can get people to actually stay awake for here in the United States and so forth, there will be some vodcasts of some of the really good races that happened, the ones that were close, the squeakers, the blowouts, things that you're definitely going to want to watch. So if you happen to be a night owl, like one or two of us might be, definitely stay tuned for those during the week, because there will be some overnight broadcasts that are going to have some excellent races in them.
So we're not saying what will be around. We're just saying there'll be a lot of content going
Hmm.
on
Hmm.
throughout Speed Gaming. So please enjoy. I'm looking forward to the first broadcast Zelda 1 rando tonight. That's got Fred versus Chess Jerk. Really exciting one there. All right, here we go. So Germdove's gone for probably the shortest level, but this is
Mm-hmm.
a multi-path level, so there's a lot of exploration to be done here.
And as you can see, even with a short level, there's still the possibility as you're going fast that you might just have an issue right there. Like the difference between the original version where you were just trying to get through the levels and explore them, and this one where you're actually trying to go fast is going to make the levels feel like night and day.
Yeah, for example, he didn't stop pick up that mushroom at the beginning that he
Mm-hmm.
obviously did the first time around. He knows it's
Mm-hmm.
there, but he's trying to do this as small Luigi to save time. On the other hand, you
And
might decide a damage boost is faster, like that Koopa sniped him a couple times. Maybe
mm-hmm.
grab the mushroom, run right through the Koopa.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you see Zero is actually speeding through fairly well here, but got caught by that Buzzy Beetle right there with a little spike on it. Can't remember if that actually has a specific name or if they're still just Buzzy Beetles.
Spike Top.
Thank you.
Really, uh,
Really creative name there.
yeah. So you got to duck the Mecha Koopas there with their beams. We've seen both these runners take some deaths, and obviously they know how to clear the level. Think they, I think they both did the Mushroom Plains level first try, and Zero took a death on the Mega Man level. I don't think Germdove did, but you know, 1, 2 deaths for a level when they were going through blind. They know how to do these levels, but it's just that pressure of trying to go as fast as you can.
I've been keeping an eye over on the Zero Plane side, watching that one. It's the middle section that's really causing the most issues over here. The climb through that octopus battery, or I am not a Mega Man player normally. That section in the middle is definitely causing more issues for Zero than this intro section is. It's either the spike tops or the cannon Koopas or whatever else is going on. There's a lot of complication in here. Meanwhile, I think it's just the linear struggle through this and the 1 or 2 enemies here that seem to be causing Germ the most issues.
It's such a radical difference when you're grabbing checkpoints and okay, I die 75% of the way through the level. Well, I just have 25% of it to go, versus you're going all the way back to the start of this sucker.
Yeah, for these short levels, you definitely do not want to take a checkpoint death and then like continue from there. You want to restart the whole thing so your timer is set anew. Whoa, that was close there for Zero.
He does actually have a checkpoint just because it was right in the path. It was almost hard not to get it.
Yeah, he's just not going to want to use it.
Yeah, it's still like a frame or two slower to grab it, so you, in theory, want to jump over it.
Oh, probably 1 or 2 frames off there from getting that boom boom kill or second hit, and that Costin's going to have to go all the way back for Zero.
Yeah, so he still doesn't have a clear time on this level yet, but that's the advantage of having this nice big timers. You get plenty of time to make these attempts, and we have the first time up on the board for Germdove. 24-5 on this Mushroom Plains level.
It's a nice time. Not the world record, as you can see, because someone else around here has managed to put a faster time in there. But as far as this racing category we're doing is concerned, it's only the times between the two of them that actually matter.
Now there's that pressure to it. Well, and let me rephrase that. There is a strategy you can take of just make sure you've got a time on the board for each level. Then your opponent has to actually go beat them. So even you could do that before you even start your optimization process, just to make sure you've got a time in the bank.
Something also worth pointing out is just because the Germ had a number of deaths that they were taking that level, and it seemed like there was quote-unquote a struggle, the fact that they finished their level first puts them ahead right now, no matter what, as Zero still is working on this his first selection of levels and hasn't completed any of these quite yet.
Round 2 versus that Boom Boom goes quite a bit better, and here he is to the flag, so that's going to be his first completed time. I think, was this from a checkpoint? Or did he start over?
It started over. This was a fresh run. I missed what his clear time was on that, though.
Oh, because he did it out of downloaded instead of played list, so it didn't pop up like it would.
Okay, we'll have to get a confirmation on that later then. Oh, I think he's showing it for the crowd right there.
Under more info, it should be able to see his time, but he'll probably go back and play it again anyways, but he'll work on the other levels first.
Yeah. So we have a reversal between the two players. We saw Germ in Mushroom Plains 1. Now Zero is going to Mushroom Plains 1, while Germ is working on the Electman stage that Zero started with. And that Koopa! That Koopa, man, every time.
Well, that's the danger of going this bottom path. Maybe you should be going the higher path.
Gotta go fast. So there is just enough time there for them to slide under that Koopa if they do it right. It's a nice move right there.
Interesting that this checkpoint is wired to give you a mushroom power-up as Zero goes ahead and gets cleared there. But that's definitely slowing you down because you've got that animation of Mario getting bigger.
Yeah.
So if you are really pressing this to the frames, you are not going to want that checkpoint.
Well, but that said, on this first clear through for him, 22, 42, 42-6, that checkpoint mushroom did actually help him when he took a hit immediately after. So, at least for this first time through, I don't think he's begrudging it.
Now, it's good to get the completion on the board as well. In fact, it looks like he was able to get faster on the first try than germdove did yet.
Over 2 seconds.
Note for chat that that's measured in minutes, so 60 seconds is 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's measured in seconds, that's what I'm trying to say. So 65 seconds is 105. Okay, math is hard on Twitch, it always betrays you.
Just don't do it. I was having to do math on Twitch earlier today, and it just did not go well.
I try and warn the people.
I mean, we have Bowser toys with lightning. If you want Bowser toys with lightning, this is how you get it.
That didn't quite work as good as him.
No,
Anyway.
it's yeah. Oh, and there it was. Skipped the checkpoint, then caught the thing, but I think he's figuring out the pattern here to shave another second or two.
Oh yeah, without question, it's going to be faster if you can complete it without the checkpoint. But can you complete it without the checkpoint is the tricky part.
Not that time.
Uses his damage boost already. I think that's a little earlier than he'd want to.
Case in point. So let's see what the clear time was for Electman over on germdove side. 1:03.9. That is going to be, what, second-ish faster? Yeah.
World record, so obviously in the lead.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't even look at that. I looked at the spreadsheet while it was going on, so... Now on to Pyramid Adventure, so a bit of divergence here.
That's a very solid move, especially after you put a world record up on the board. Now, if you think there's some easy optimization, maybe you want to go ahead and do it while your muscle memory is fresh.
Yeah.
But generally, if you've got a world record, time to move on to the next level.
Yeah. It's not a feeling I've ever had, so, good for them.
Well, hey, you could always play Endless Easy, and you'll eventually find a level to set a world record in.
Oh, that's too slow. Got caught on the ledge there. Couldn't get over it.
Dob's wondering if he can get over the pyramid. It looks like it's been de-cheesed, but that's kind of an assumption because part of it is blind to us. I mean, you could take one of these shells back and... Kaizo is not required for these levels. That doesn't automatically mean it couldn't help you, though.
And there's a possibility there might be a hidden like power up or something where you could hit the spikes and maybe you've got enough of a run over the top to cheese the pyramid. Maybe. Checkpoint mushroom right there, for example. Maybe it would work.
And Zero's got another clear, a 22.15, so improves his time on Mushroom Plains. And that's in the 10% range. So he's got the double point on the board right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's certainly something Germ is going to want to have to come back and defend later on.
That's going to be one of those little battles we're expecting right there. Now they're both at pyramid, so we're going to see how the opposing approaches plays out here. Well, that was a jump into a pit. It was a very beautiful swan dive.
It's okay. You're figuring out the timing.
Yeah.
You're figuring out the rhythm of a level. This kind of
Yeah.
things happen. You know, they weren't going to explore the pipes on a blind playthrough until the level forced you to, but there's a couple of green pipes there you might want to look at. See what's in there.
Mm-hmm. You got the time. Well, not time, but you've got a half an hour, 20 minutes now to start exploring these levels and figuring out where things go.
We had someone check the mini map of this game, and it looks like that is walled off where you can't go over, which
Okay.
makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's had the look of a level where the maker took the time to be sure of something like that.
And I think we did see the actual world record on this at one point, and it was like within range of the scores they were posting for their run through it. So it's entirely likely that that if there had been a really fast shortcut, we would have seen it just from the time originally.
And germdove had a really good burner cycle there. He was able to get through it quickly. Paused at the door. I think he was going to start over if the chain chomp hit him, but he nailed that timing and got it well.
Now, when they're paused, does that actually increase their timer, or is the timer paused with it?
Timer's paused.
Perfect.
Because in level timer.
Good. Okay. So that should be a really nice posted time right there, then.
Very smooth run on that course, and it's a new world record. 36.05.
I mean, they didn't have to stop for the burners. They didn't have to stop for the chain chomp even. That was just a smooth, hoppy glide all the way through.
So he's now got the lead on 2 of the 3 levels, so he's going to go back and defend on Mushroom Plains, where he's currently trailing by the 10% margin. So as it stands right now, they would be tied in the standings going into Endless. But they've still got 17 minutes to battle back and forth on these times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, germdove is 2 points ahead on Pyramid simply by grace of the fact that Zero has yet to post a time on the level. The second they post a time, then we can see exactly how that's going to play out. If he can post a close enough time, that alone will help him in shaving down at least a point on germdove's score.
Yeah, really hadn't seen anybody explore those pipes yet, though, or at least if they did, I missed it.
I didn't see anyone. Zero is trying a little too quickly to get over those burners, and I mean it's burning him, but yeah, it's getting too antsy, not wanting to wait for the full cycle on them.
Alright, germdove goes for the cape this time. I guess since it already launched, he decided to try it and see what he could find.
This definitely feels much slower, though.
Yeah, I don't think that was so much of he was trying to finish it faster with the cape. He was trying to see if the cape would let him accomplish anything faster on a future run.
Exploring it out, yeah.
And there is a lot to be said for that. Zero takes the damage boost through the chain jump. Nothing wrong with that if it gets you to the end.
This feels a little slower than what germdove posted, but at the very least, I would think timing-wise, it should trim in, maybe cut off a point from that lead right there.
I think the biggest thing is that the damage boost it let him get through and get the completion.
Mm-hmm.
36.
Yep. So that's within the 10% margin, so that'll trim it down to a 1-point lead on that level.
And he's going to go right back for more. He is behind on this one, but now the muscle memory is fresh.
Yep.
Can pick up any time.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with this. You're learning the level, you're getting the speed down, figuring out where you want your twitch reflexes on it. Just grind out the level while you're here.
And a 22-8 for Germdove has put it back within the 10%. Made it a battle there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's no surprise that these three would battle on all three of these levels.
So once again, without a major change in the leadership between these two on these levels, we are looking at going in tied for the endless run.
Yeah, so Zero is still experimenting with that mushroom damage boost. I mean, especially if it gets you past the burner cycles, that's probably the biggest area to save time, not necessarily versus an optimized run, but just in general in the level.
Mm-hmm.
Not waiting on burners is about the biggest thing you could do.
Mm-hmm. Just if it depends on if the second to transition into Big Mario and then second to transition back out, if that's really faster than waiting however long it is to actually get up and over those burners.
We have a great question in chat. What's a blind race? A blind race means we gave them 3 levels that they had not seen before. They had never played these 3 levels before they played them the first time here on stream.
Oh. One too many missed jumps, one too many pauses, and Zero decides just to take the reset on that as their time was running low for what to be able to beat their previous score.
Then as we transition to phase 2 here, they are replaying the same levels that they did in the blind section, but now they're trying to optimize them, go as fast as they can.
Mm-hmm.
This is bracket play. This is round 1 of the brackets for germdove and xeroplanes. It's win or go home. This is single elimination of this bracket, so a lot of pressure.
It's a nice duck jump through there to try and maintain that mushroom. And good thing they did there. Oh, but that missed jump there is going to cost them just a little time. Wouldn't be surprised if this was just like maybe a second slower than Xeroplane's score.
I think you wanted to see how that one timed out.
Yeah.
And then estimate for, okay, what would this cost me?
It's actually a second slower than their previous posted time. It wasn't bad. I think if they hadn't missed that jump on that ledge there and had to like redo it, I think that could have been a very competitive time there.
You know, as you're looking at this, I don't think you can help from maybe trying to come up with your own strats. How would you approach this? What could you do? There's a lot of enemies here you could grab and use them as the damage boost instead of getting a power-up damage boost. So you run into one of these Koopas holding a Galoomba or a Goombrat, and that's going to kill them both without slowing you down nearly as much.
This still felt a little slow here. We'll see what the score posted was.
Yeah, he had that one jump he didn't make, so that's
23-2.
That is going to be a new PB, though. I thought that would be a little slower because of his one slowdown on that jump.
23-2 is actually like a tenth of a second off their previous posted score. And I think in the meantime, while we were watching this, I want to say Zero had the world record on this level, didn't they?
He's not posted a faster time yet.
No, well, from the previous. I thought Zero, like, when he did the score on here originally. Whatever the case. I was just going to say, I was watching, it's a 21-second world record on this Mushroom Plains 1 now, so, either he didn't get originally or another player has come in and decided to steal it back.
No.
That was all I was going for.
Dobbs is lurking in chat. That's the kind of thing he would do. Not to call him out or anything. But hey, people who are watching, they might say, oh, this level looks fun. I want to try it.
I see we're getting side-eye over there in chat. I
And that
still
really
don't know
was an
about.
active goal, was to make these levels that felt good to play, levels
Mhm.
that would feel good to speed run. Uh, that there may not even be a ton of room for optimization in some of them, but you're still going to play a good level and you're going to earn your time.
So good thing he had the mushroom there to be able to get through that chain chomp. That did help. And also noting that it seems like the platforms are not on a global cycle or even just a timed cycle. Seems like they're only really moving once they come on screen.
Well, the burners are the only thing that are going to be on a global timer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that fire bars actually. So I say only thing, and immediately there's another thing. See, this is why you don't do math.
3616.
That's an
That's
improvement. It's about a tenth off of germdove right now.
yeah, and still going back for more. So that mushroom, honestly, I think long term is helping, not hurting.
Yeah, and again, I just wonder if maybe picking up a Koopa or picking up a Goomba and running into the Koopa with it would be faster still. But hey, I'm not the one in this race.
Yup. So without that damage, now they have to. Oh, nice timing right there on that chain chomp jump. This is feeling pretty tidy right here.
Germdove just a little bit off, a tenth off of zero right now. So both
Oof.
of them are hot on each other's heels. These different levels.
Let us see what the score is. I am interested to see how this one plays out right here for Zero. That was very tidy.
Felt like a very good run there.
World
New
record!
world
So,
record.
yeah, that is a massive swing right there. Very nicely done.
That's going to be just short of the 10%. Of course, on 30 seconds, it doesn't take much math to figure out 3 seconds. So, 2.5, he's off of that, but actually, that's 1.5. See? Math! Did it again.
22.1. I believe that will. Nope, that is still a half a second off.
Zero has decided to take that lead and go look for hunting for the one world record he doesn't have. Now, they both see this scoring that you're seeing on
Hmm.
stream. So they are both acutely aware of what level the other runner has a record on or the best time on among them.
I tell you that little L-shaped, like almost Tetris block shaped section there at the bottom, or at near the end of that level, that is a killer right there for speed.
I also want to shout out a little advanced tech that germdove did there. He was right at the goal and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
It's 100% faster to start over than it is to
Hmm.
take the goal animation. So if you
Hmm.
know this time isn't going to be right, it is better to do that even when you're right at the goal.
Hmm. Xeroplanes back in here trying to get his score back after Germdove managed to take it away from him on a Lekman. Wants to see if he can get the hat trick. Get all three of them.
It's a big advantage if you can. I mean, even one advantage going into the endless expert phase is significant, but you can
Got
put up.
caught on the pipe.
That's really significant.
Got caught on the pipe there. A few extra rage jumps from Mario.
Take that, you pipe.
It's like the angry bombing in A Link to the Past. Just gotta rage for a second. I think we've all been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a natural thing to do. Take that, you inanimate abject with no feelings. I'll show you. All right, Zero is up here through this section.
Nice tidy
Under
jumps there.
line.
Managed to neglect. Oh, I think that's. Oh yeah, no, that's a restart right there.
And now he may be taking a moment to look at the scoreboard and figure out, okay, is this the level I need to invest my time in? Do I want to do something else?
Mm-hmm.
With 5 minutes, you're probably not doing 2 levels at this point.
No, you gotta pick and choose the level that's your best one and really dedicate to it. Because we can see from what we've been watching before, it takes about 5 minutes to get the muscle memory in there and really figure out the level. And he's been in here what, five maybe more minutes already.
Yeah, if he finished on this attempt, I could see him getting into another level instead of trying to better at this one.
That felt
But
a little slow, but could still be close.
after 4 minutes, you're gonna have a really hard time getting in and getting another level done, especially a
Yeah,
long one.
2203. That is, oh man, only 2/10 away from what xeroplanes said. Trimmed 3/10 off.
Hundreds, sir.
Hundreds. Thank
Hundreds.
you. Hundreds. Thank you.
That's basically a frame rule, so they
Yeah.
were as close to each other as you could get.
If you thought just because we were playing Mario Maker and not Mario 1, you didn't have to realize frame rules, well, we have a story for you.
A little bit held up on his movement there, so he's going to
Mhm.
try one more time.
I like that upper root there on the Tetris block section, as I'm calling it. That does feel really smooth.
Now, I could see him going on to Pyramid Adventure from here.
Let's see what
I
this
don't think
is.
he can fight on Electamon's stage.
That apparently is going to be, if the judges are correct on our scoreboard, 21.4. Yeah, that does take it right there by almost a half a second.
Very good time. He
Hmm.
delivered there. Now they're back to being tied. What a swing it is just for that. And I like this. I think this is the right strategy play. Go after the one where he's got an advantage and
Oh, once
make it
again,
work
just
for
a
him.
frame off on that boom boom.
You know, you sometimes you get in the habit of just not thinking a lot of boom boom, but when you're trying to do him at optimal speed,
Yeah.
it's not just Mario Maker, it's not just this format. I mean, if you watch any SMB3 speed runs, you're gonna see runs die to boom boom. Not many, but you'll see them.
You'll see it.
Of course, you'll see it die to a random Koopa too. So,
And it's
all right,
interesting the mechanics on a boom boom too. Like just how a boom boom works and when they're safe to hit and when they aren't. Boom booms are actually very interesting. I don't think a lot of people think about the mechanics of a boom boom fight.
36.7. So that was a little slower than his already existing
Hmm.
PB time, and still a bit off of what Zero Planes did. I think Zero Planes has a great time on that level. Obviously, can't take anything for granted at this point, but overall, I feel like he's got exactly the right strategy play on his side. He's got a great time on Pyramid, and he's trying to get this swing back over here. Germ is doing exactly the right thing to defend against it. He's going for the one that he doesn't have.
Yeah, I think the time improvement that Germ can have here is in the fact that Zero was willing to wait for that mushroom, whereas Germ took a Koopa Shell, didn't lose that second or so transition for the getting the power up and then losing the power up. If we see it, like, this has been really smooth with that Koopa Shell right there. Would not necessarily be surprised if this is a winning time.
Here we go. Of course, a very real run on Zero's side, too. You know, these runners are rising to the occasion. A minute to go. They've got enough time for another attempt, probably not two.
34.9, that is still slightly slower than Zero by 4/10. I got it right this time. Very nice time, though. That was a huge improvement over their previous run. Well done there. And we're seeing Zero get through the Boom Boom fight. Gonna see what their score was now as well.
I think he's got just enough time to get through the level one more time, but if he takes a death midway, it's not going to happen.
1 minute
1:04.
4. So that is...
That's a new PB.
That's a new PB, but not a new time here. And with a minute to go on it, I don't think he has time to finish this.
So as they stand, it's tied. Can Germdove do anything about it? I don't think Zero is going to have enough time to finish this clear attempt. Certainly not
No.
if he takes a death. That's
If
true both
Germ,
ways. Either of them taking a death is going to be it.
that'll be it. Be all over except for the crying at that point.
So it looks like Germdove has made the comeback. He's going to tie us up going into Endless Expert.
Yeah, I don't think this run here is going to be quite fast enough for Germ. And definitely, Zero is not going to have time to finish this.
Yeah, the rule was that it was on completion of the timer. Well, never mind. I'm wrong. They can finish the level. So these times count.
Okay.
35-2, so that was a little slower.
A little slow.
We could
Zero
be
has gotten
this being this longer level.
Zero has gotten caught in a couple different ledges here. This, considering how smooth the germdove run on this level was when it was completed, I'm gonna be surprised if this is gonna be a winning time. Well, or Boom Boom can just be Boom Boom.
Zero is gonna go on a Boom Boom massacre.
Boom Boom doing Boom Boom things.
Therapy. That's what I'm looking for. So, Endless Expert, as many levels as you complete, and coming in tied, whoever gets the most, that's going to be the winner of the match and advance.
How much time do we have on this run here for Endless Expert?
And I was looking at another... There, I was going to say who they're facing. Winner of this is going to face the winner of Chaos Legion and Too Good. That match still to happen.
So how much time for Endless Expert do we have? Is it a half an hour again? Yeah, it looks like it's half an hour. Okay. Timers answered my question, or is it 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Okay, cool.
I do have a chance to take a break and stretch so that they're not going, well, not crazy, but they may be going crazy from the levels, but chance to stretch, chance to make sure they don't have any cramps or anything. I don't know. Hey, Dark Moon, anything exciting coming up tonight that the crowd could get involved with? Perhaps even control the outcome of? Or you could be right back. And
I'm back now.
totally missed the setup.
It got dark in my room. I had to turn on a light. So what are you asking me?
Anything coming up tonight that the crowd could be hype about? Perhaps something where they could control the outcome?
You want me to do a segue, and I failed. Excellent. Yes, we have a crowd control race coming up. That is actually going to be Link to the Past crowd control coming up at round 9-ish. That is going to be after... we got a dancing dog. I don't know if crowd control matches the dancing dog. Anyway.
I mean, that's hard to top.
That's hard to top. You get it. No, but the crowd control race is going to be a Link to the Past randomizer featuring myself and DVS, neither of us are necessarily Link to the Past randomizer runners normally, but we've decided to throw ourselves into the deep end for our first ever exhibition race. And yes, it is crowd control. So if you want to torture the heck out of us, make sure you tune in for that.
Well, hey, that's some fun information that Dobbs has provided us in chat. In the old weekly formats, germdove averaged 6 clears, Zero averaged 7. And I know Zero has practiced this format. He was warming up for this by doing endless normal levels, but these are going to be harder, because they're expert. As far as where they're starting from, you're not required to start a new game. Because obviously we wouldn't want to kill anybody's streak, as Germdove's got a very nice one going there. But there is almost an advantage to... There's advantages on either ways. Germdove is not going to have to game over on account of lives. It could theoretically happen to Zero. But Zero is also not going to get a high score animation after every single clear. That could happen to Germdove. So you could be giving up almost a level's worth of time for that clear. However, if you game over, you're also giving up at least a level's worth of
Yeah.
time.
Now, just to confirm, because from the looks of their overworlds, they're going to be playing different levels, and it's just going to be whatever randomly chooses for each of them.
Right, they have unlimited skips. They can
But-
skip whenever they want to. They don't have to play a level just because it comes up.
But what I guess
it's most clear within the time.
I guess my question was, we're not going to see them in the same levels.
Unless an amazing coincidence happens.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Of course, the ultimate amazing coincidence would be if they got one of the levels that we already saw. But
That would be
probably not
hey,
happening.
they should be frozen at that. Oh, this is kind of a cool level on Zero's side. We got a boss fight with Bowser clown cars versus, is that Lemmy?
I don't attempt to memorize names.
That's fair.
Well, other than Wendy, Roy,
Whoa!
and Luke, they're pretty distinct.
Out of bounds car right there for a second. Couldn't see what was going on.
They're both taking these first levels, and they both very much look like legitimate levels. The biggest thing you don't want to see is a troll level.
Yeah.
If you see a troll level, that's an auto skip.
Looks like Lemmy has been ejected from his clown car. Mario has the key. Mario is through. Is that a finish? Oh, now we have a high heel. This is a really weird level.
Just taking care of something in the background real fast.
You're good. So while that's going on with that weird level there, Luigi is making his way through this new Super Mario Brothers level, underground level from the looks of it. So far accomplishing fairly well. Already to the end pipe there. We're going to see if there's more to this level, or if that's the end zone for him. And Zero has a flying boom boom fight.
And germdove is our first one to get it clear. But considering the clear condition of Zero's level is to beat this boom boom, which has to feel very cathartic right now.
Take that, boom boom. We saw trouble from you earlier. So...
has to go back in the pipe. That's not enough. Okay, looks like he's got to grab the key and go back.
And it's a Super Mario Brothers 2 themed level, so you get to do that little, like, duck leap. Like that.
Yeah, also he was able to pull up the snowball to trigger the on-off switch, and looks like he'll have to do that again. SMB2 is an interesting power-up. It's not quite the full SMB2 style that you may have hoped for, but it's... How do I say this? It's satisfying. It feels good. It feels so unique.
This is a very lengthy stage Zero is starting off with.
I don't think he expected it to be that long. I think he was expecting just a boss rush on this and ended up going a bit longer.
One day this stage might end. I see the exit. Is it actually there, or are we gonna get to find? No, there it is.
It's real. You don't want to get trapped in things like a sunk cost, but considering he already had the clear condition and there weren't a lot of enemies, it looked like it was going to be something that it wouldn't take too much longer to finish. Actually, the first clear... Okay, that's why... So, a big factor is, if there's no clears on the level yet, you can't see a world record timer, and a world record timer can be some pretty powerful information. If you see a 3-minute timer, maybe you don't want to play that level. If you see a 30-second timer, it might be worth a few tries.
So we have another clown car fight right here. This is interesting that we get 2 back-to-back levels that have, like, clown car fights.
Very confined space to fight that Bowser in. It's hard to do that without taking a hit.
Very difficult. Oh, getting a little crunch there. Manages to get out. Nicely done there.
He was doing those charge shots because they hit Bowser for more damage. So theoretically faster than shooting the small fireballs. But That is the second clear for Germdove. Only one so far for Zero as he takes a death to that dry bones. World record there for Germdove. So not only did he complete that, he did it as fast as anyone's ever done it.
On to ping pong. That sounds promising.
That's actually probably going to be a pretty long level. I'm not sure if that's something he wants to get into. So, this was a pretty famous gimmick from Mario Maker 1, and natural that people turned around and made a version of it in Mario Maker 2. So, similar to table tennis, you're trying to return the volley, get the shell to the other side.
There's that skip you were calling that.
Well, he had lost anyways. The shell was going to kill him, and he'd have to replay the levels. So he gave it one try and then said, "I'll move on." 3D World level here.
Yay!
Interesting about 3D World because it has the different physics to it.
Mm-hmm. Did we have a game crash?
I don't know.
That
Maybe
is
a
odd.
Controller issue. Let me pop over into the race chat, see if I can get any information. How's it? Nothing there yet. Xeroplanes making his second attempt here at collecting these red coins. So he didn't say anything in the chat. I'm not sure what the issue was.
Well, we're back at it now. So that's
got
kind
close to clearing
almost,
on that time.
Yeah, almost a Kaizo-style use of those bullet bills there. Also, just for the record, I love the music from Mario 3D World.
Might be the best thing about 3D World. Well, other than the boomerang costume. I like the boomerang costume.
Honestly, I thought that was one of the best Mario games in a long time. So, you and I might have to agree or disagree about the relative merits of that game.
Didn't knock the game. I said the best.
Oh, looks like a very short level, so I can see why Germ is going to take a few attempts at it.
Yeah, he was one jump away from clearing this already.
Yeah.
And it takes so little time to get back to that goal.
Oh, nice dive in there.
Question in chat, how does Germ have so many lives? They're not required to start a new game because we don't want to mess with anyone's streak or anything that they're on. So he's able to just continue from the file that he was on, and we count the number of clears that he gets within the time frame. So obviously the rest of his clears before now don't count.
A turn-based Poke fight on the other side that Zero is just going to skip. Yeah,
it is very much a trade-off on both sides. Because every time he gets a new clear, he's got that new high score notification.
Yeah. And look, that was a Kaizo level if there's ever been one.
It's entirely allowed because we're just at the mercy of whatever Nintendo gets us.
I like the look of shock on Germdove's face, realizing what's going to be involved in this. Oh,
he's trying again. Did he see a really short world record where he's thinking this is all there is? Yeah, he's seeing 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's going to be at least one more challenge that he has to get through after this.
This might be a try and get through this section and see what comes after the Spinies.
He can see a P-switch door. He's got to get down to that P-switch, it looks like. Well, is Zero on a run here? He is, and that's another clear. Number 3 for him.
So we're trying to see what's going on here. It looks like the Spinies are slowly activating the switches. Going to drop a P-switch down. This is an interesting just kind of reaction level.
That is a fun fact chat gives us on Germdove. His last streak of Endless ended at 95 lives. Now, I doubt he spent all those lives on one level. So it probably happened over time. And I would imagine he's got a few more in the bank here. P-switch door? Oh, that was the whole level. Okay. So it was just survive that long enough and you win.
Very nicely done. That's yet another level for him. Seems to be maintaining a one-level lead, even with the weird controller issue or whatever was going on there. So good for him.
These players are making it close.
Mm-hmm.
So new soup, one of the things you always want to be sure you know how to do in New Super Mario Bros. Is twirl, because slow falling is a big deal to have in your repertoire. If there's two things you want to know, it's wall jump and slow fall.
That is just chaos with here. Yes, germdove skipping that. I can't blame that one. That was chaos right there. Although it looks like Zero has another clear right here. This might give him back the lead.
What was that timer? Did that say 99?
I think it might have. So yeah, let's skip that.
There are some weird things that people can and do introduce to the game.
Okay, so we got a clear condition here.
Got a laugh out of it and moved on.
Yep. So on Zero's side, if he decides to finish this level, he's got to clear the level with a Dry Bones costume on.
Clear conditions are a pretty big turnoff in a level in this type of environment because it means no checkpoints.
Mm-hmm.
So the lack of checkpoints will really make you question, is this
Oh!
All right, he's alive, still alive.
And he's got the Dry Bones on still.
And that's a clear.
That's a clear. Very nice. There's the lead right there. Okay, so scoreboard's just a little ahead of what we're seeing right now, but that is not a big deal.
Right, you just have to adjust and watch what the runners are doing.
Sooner or later, I managed to.
All right, what do we have going on here? Looks like we need to shoot the little Koopa shell to that music block to get a key.
Meanwhile, Zero has to kill 28 Cheep Cheeps or skip the level. One of the two.
That's very interesting because they're all going to be within the path of that on-off switch, so it looks like you're going to get the vast majority of them like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and he found a power-up.
And he lost a
power-up. Do it the old-fashioned way. Or at least try, but not that time.
At least try. They're so tightly packed. This is difficult to kill them all. Feels like it's going to be a little time consuming.
Yeah, I think I don't blame him for getting the power up, but I think I'd be trying to kill as many as I could with the switch first, and then try and do the individuals.
Mm-hmm. Scott, one is that
20.
it? No, there should be another row of them behind. Yeah, here we go.
This section, which is where he's going to get to 28.
Yep.
Needs 6 more.
Looks like you can kill 2 safely. Yeah, we've got 3 on that one, although I think the power of the damage invisibility helped.
One more. Got him.
One more. There you go.
Also gives him some 1-ups in the bank for a level that may consume a couple, like we saw with germdove, where he invested like 6 lives or something into that one level.
Still maintaining that 1 level lead at this point. Got a Link level from the look of it. Link's training.
You know, I never take that for granted anymore because people will tag their levels as a Link level when it's 3D World. Like, what are you doing? All right, nice arrow shot for the P-switch. Don't know if this is cheese or not, but...
Nice clear so far through that. Okay.
Seems like germdove is still a little tentative with this level, like he's expecting something more to happen, and then here's the required Bowser. That
Well,
is
I might have
something.
also been worried about losing that costume without having a way to get the power up back. And that should do that right there. And get the
So
Triforce.
a good point in chat to correct myself is the on-off switch wouldn't have killed the Cheep Cheeps. He had to do it all manually because they'll jump through.
That makes sense.
But let's get that on the record. So Zero was doing exactly what he needed to do.
I like acknowledging chat when they're occasionally right. Crazy level and some Japanese characters.
So an endless level, you're saying?
Potentially. More of this awesome music. Thank you. Well, that was a crazy amount of one-ups there.
Yeah, it can mess you up because it actually slows down all your transition and whatnot.
This is apparently fun with costumes here.
Yeah, well, it seems to be a solid level so far. Where does it end? There's where
Right
it
there.
ends. And another clear for germdove. Kind of surprising that one was an expert.
Yeah, that was
That felt
really...
more like
It's a medium at best, I would say. But this will tie it right back up here. Oh, or not. Sorry, I spoke too soon.
commentator's curse if you got it, folks.
How am I
Dark
supposed
Mirror.
to know?
So coming out of the pipe, he didn't get the forward momentum, so he
Yep.
didn't get the flagpole, just went straight down. But now he knows what that ending is like, and hopefully has a better plan.
Don't listen to the commentator, for one.
He does the twirl, and that moves Mario more horizontal. All right, 3 minutes. You know, that's probably 1 or 2 levels.
Yeah.
So really critical to make sure you choose your level well. Because if you're stuck in one that you're not going to clear, well, if you're not going to clear it, then you wouldn't have time anyways. But
Yeah.
you want to be really picky on this because it's probably your last one. That's what I'm trying to say.
There you go. So, in the case that we end up with a tie, what happens from there?
I'm sure some form of sudden death, but I don't have that memorized off the top of my head.
Excellent.
I will consult the rules document.
I'm getting a message from Feasel in the background saying we get another 5 minutes, and then if that doesn't break the tie, I guess we repeat that again and again until the tie is broken.
There you go.
There we go.
It was definitely something that came up at one point.
Oh, I'm sure.
I
This
just didn't know.
can't be the first time it's been this close.
Alright, xeroplanes is working on another 3D world level. Got some icicle jumps going on here. Germdove has a checkpoint. This is interesting. This is a precision level, but not super tight precision.
There we go. He got through that. Oh,
He's got to keep moving, and he survives without losing the Super Mario Mushroom, and that's the goal.
oh!
Alright, do your stairs here.
There he goes. He figured out to put the block right there. That took care of that.
It seems like it's at or near the end.
You'd think with where the checkpoint came so far with the action.
There's the goal.
There it is.
Apparently got a bonus room true ending, but he didn't need it.
Yeah, no, that key was just a deceptive red herring.
Alright, so a minute left. Now it shuts off, so if they don't have enough time, then we're going into overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very bad clear condition on germdove's side. Don't touch the ground is almost certainly a skip in this type of format.
Yeah.
But I think he's just invested in it because this is a fast timer and he doesn't have enough time.
Arena. Oh.
I
Whew.
I can't even actually see where he's supposed to go in this one because the ground counts as. Oh, the flagpole's behind the clouds. So he's got to be like halfway between the clouds. That explains exactly why he's playing this level.
Fair enough.
He's this was a perfect level for him to make these attempts on, honestly. But he's got to get it.
Mm-hmm. 9, 8,
So there's that
7,
flash right there is where you can tell where the goal is.
4,
And he
3.
got it!
Nice. Oh,
He had the perfect level at the end and brought it home.
that is.
Germdove takes this down. How about some GG's, chat?
I think his reaction on cam is perfect. That clutch win right there. That was woo.
All right, give me just one moment and I'll make sure we have given them an invitation.
I really thought we were headed to sudden death right there.
You know, I'm not even sure he had enough time to make one more attempt. That probably was his
Oh, yeah.
very last chance to
Mhm.
do it in regulation.
Within seconds, like couple seconds, I think. Yeah, clutch.
Germdove, we were just saying, I'm not even sure you had enough time for another attempt. That may have been it.
I really didn't. That was right at the wire.
That was seriously impressive. That clear right there.
I really didn't think I was going to get that.
All right, so we have a couple of minutes here. You advance in the brackets. We don't know who your opponent will be yet, but remind me, did you play SG Live last year? You certainly played the weeklies when we had those.
No, I wasn't in SG Live. I only did the weeklies.
So you had some experience with the format before we got here, but this was a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. This is close enough to the format that we did for the weeklies that it was, the same sort of situation.
How about your optimization strategy? Walk us through that a little bit.
Well, I pretty much just wanted to get some kind of time on the board for each of the levels, and then just go back and clean up what I could. I was a big fan of the Elecman stage. I noticed going through it the first time that there were some really good optimizations that you could do, just jumping your way all the way up to the top of the vines instead of climbing and waiting for stuff to happen. So I really only did that one time, and once I had a decent time on it, I didn't need to go back to it. The others, it was just all about grinding down the time in that first level down to the lowest you could get it. And that was a very heavily optimized level, I think.
Zero, GG. It was a great fight. Germ was down to his very last attempt on that very last level before he got that clear. That's how close this was. And Zero may have to reboot his mic.
Oh, hello,
Yep.
hello. Can
There
you guys hear me?
go.
Hi.
Hey, GG's.
GG, man. Well played. Those are some
GG
great speed
xeroplanes.
runs at the beginning, all within 1 second. Really nice.
Yeah.
Half a second, 3/10, 4/10. Y'all put a battle up here.
And there
We're
was
coming up on the end of our segment, so Zero, I want to give you a chance for any final thoughts on this.
Oh man, I'm just like sort of reeling, thinking about like, oh well, if I had spent more time on this level and the refinement, or if I had like skipped this level and played this level, like would have gone differently. It's like, I'm totally just like still like all nerves, like all focus, like thinking about like in the game, you know. So I think I'm gonna spend a lot of time. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. Thanks for playing me, germdove, and good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much, xeroplanes.
You gonna kill some boom booms for revenge tonight?
Oh gosh. I mean, I'm used to the Mario 3 timing on the boom booms because I've been playing that, and it's just you can jump in their head ever so slightly sooner, and yeah, that killed me many times.
All right, germdove, real quick, any final thoughts?
I'm just really glad that I was able to get my controller connected again to be able to start playing again. It just cut out in the middle.
Yeah, that made your run even that much more impressive. All right, we got to hand things off. Dark Moon, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Chat, thank you so much, and be sure to follow all the Speed Gaming channels for more.